Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jolene and I'm the author of the Glory MC series as well as the MOONRISE Beach series. In today's video, I am going to be doing a Hobonichi cousin plan with me in the daily pages. So I've done quite a few of the weekly layouts already on my channel. So if you are interested in seeing how I pre-plan in there, then you can check out those plan with me's. I've done one other daily plan with me, but I've only done a weekend spread. So for this week, we are going to do a whole week, so 7 days instead of the 3 days that I have done before, and that will kind of give you an idea of how I'm going to be using this planner. So I do have the Hobonichi cousin in the full year, so it's not the avec, it's everything all in one in here, and I am using this as a pre-planner. So I use this primarily for work, so if you guys don't know, I am a romance author, and I also am an assistant to many other New York Times bestselling and USA best-selling romance authors. So a lot of their social media is actually me doing it. So maybe some of your favorite authors are actually me behind it all. So I do a lot of their planning in this planner, and I also obviously do my own work planning in here as well for my own books. So we are going to be setting up this page, which is the titled page for February, and then we are going to be planning the week of February 1st to February 7th in the dailies. So as you can see, I already do have some events written down here, and all I've done is I've used this Tombow marker. This one is 761. And I just kind of make a swatch, and I use this lettering pen. This is the Kokoiro Zig lettering pen, and I just write in whatever I need to. So as you can see here, I don't use any stickers or anything in the dailies. I just use pen and these Tombow markers and this lettering pen. Yeah, you can see that I can fill up these pages pretty quickly. The weekends tend to be a little bit more bare just because I don't work on the weekends. I give myself that time off of my writing. But once Monday comes, you can see that the pages are almost always full. So we are going to get started, and I'm going to first begin with this title page, which I think is very important for me because I like to use it as a reminder of the important dates and the goals that I want to set for myself for this particular month. So this is my January one, which I have filmed. I put my important dates here and my goals, and I always make sure that I meet my goals. So whatever I put here always gets checked off no matter what happens. So now it's the end of January, and you can see everything is checked off. By doing this, I make sure that I'm going to be making my yearly goals. So as long as I make my monthly goals every month, my yearly goals will kind of happen all on its own. So we're going to be setting up February in the same way. So I'm just going to grab my Tombow marker. You're going to have to excuse me. I need to kind of angle my notebook this way just because it's easier for me to write. But hopefully you guys can see it. So I'm just gonna make some swatches like this, really simply, nothing too fancy, and just allow that to dry. The pen that I'm going to be using is the Uniball Signo RT pen in the 0.38. So normally this comes in a black body, but I just have a couple of limited edition Sanrio ones. So these are my Melody ones, but you can get them off Amazon really easily. So this section over here is going to be my important dates. So I'm going to just list out all the important dates, anything from birthdays, anniversaries, my work events, any holidays, things like that will all go here. And I try to make them in chronological order, but sometimes things pop up and I have to schedule in things late, so they'll just get added towards the end of the list, and that's fine. As long as I have my list there, that's the most important thing for me. So I am just going to quickly write out my dates. Okay, so what I've done here is I've listed out all my important dates for the month, so I do have quite a lot going on in February, and then here I've listed out my goals. So I want to have a pocket release and an A6 release in my shop. which is Jolene Printables on Etsy. So I want to make sure that I release printable inserts in these two sizes for my shop. I want to outline a book that I have in my new series, and I also want to write the first draft of that book. And then I also have the two sales that are going on for my books this month. So now that these two are dry, I'm just going to hand letter important dates on this side and then goals on this side. So really simply, just like that, I have a kind of quick glance of my month right here. So once again, I make sure that all of these are checked off by the end of the month so that I can make sure that my yearly goals are completed. So now let's move on to the first daily page. So this is Monday. I already have my events taken from here, moved on to here. I do have a sticker here. Normally I wouldn't put stickers in my daily pages, but I spelled something wrong here, so I just covered it with a sticker. So anytime you see any washi or stickers in my spread, in my dailies, it's usually because I messed up somewhere. So I'm just going to cover that up and no one will know. You guys will know though. So now I'm going to kind of divide this page up, which is what I've been doing a lot lately. So you can see that I have different sections here that I like to kind of split up. So this top area that has the checklist that's already built in, I like to keep track of the other authors' work that I have to do daily. So I am going to kind of fill in that area first for the entire week. And that way I'm keeping track of all of their things, but it's going to be separate from my personal stuff as an author. It can get a little bit confusing because we're all authors and we also write in the same genre, so I just like to have an area just for them, and it's separate from mine, but I can still see it at a glance when I look at my daily page. So I hope that kind of gives you an idea. You can definitely do anything that you want, split it up any way you want, because this is a grid page. So I am just going to write that at the very top first. So as an author assistant, some of my responsibilities include running giveaways for them, you know, helping them with their promotion for their releases. So for example, there's a release for Samantha Young on this day, so she has a new book coming out, so I want to make sure that I have that written down. I also run quite a lot of different giveaways for them too. So I just want to make sure that I have all that ready for them when the time comes. So now that I have all their tasks at the top, so I know what I'm going to be doing for them, now I'm going to be starting my own personal to-do list for each day. So I do already have some of my events listed here. Then now I'm going to be writing my tasks or to-do lists that relate to these events. So for example, I know that I have to do a newsletter and a blog post for this sale that is going on. I also am going to be starting a new book, so this book, the second book in my new series, I am going to start outlining that. So before I outline the book, I like to do these worksheets that kind of help me brainstorm, so I am going to write that down. And by doing these brainstorm worksheets, it really helps me get all the details down in my outline, and so when it comes to actually writing the book, it becomes a lot more faster and easier. So I like to do these worksheets because it really maximizes my efficiency. So once I finish those worksheets, I am going to start outlining the book. So I just have that written down there. So since this is a pre-planner, I'm only writing down the things that I know have to happen on that particular day. Once this day comes, then I will continue writing out my to-do list. So in here, I never write any notes or I never do any journaling. It's only events and tasks. So now let's move on to the second. We do have Groundhog Day, so I am going to mark that down in a similar fashion with the Tombow. So just making a little swatch like that, and then we're gonna wait until that dries. So I do want to film a memory plan with me. So I'm gonna write that down here. On Wednesday, I want to film another video, so a cousin plan with me. And then hopefully I can also film a haul. I've been putting that one off for a very long time. So hopefully I can get that done. Now that this is dry, let's write down Groundhog Day. Just like that. And then I also want to send out another newsletter to a different group. So I'm just gonna make sure that I write that down so it will go out on this day. On the Thursday, I do have quite a lot to do. So I want to work on my pocket ring setup. I did get a new Auristelle Pocket Cloud Planner. So you guys may have seen that already. I have uploaded that unboxing. So I want to work on my setup for that, and in order to do that, I need to do my pocket inserts. So I do have pocket inserts in my shop already, which is Jolene Printables on Etsy. But I just want to kind of add to them. I want to revamp them a little bit. So I want to do that for my pocket ring setup. I also have to write reviews. So I am a book blogger as well. I write for a couple of different websites, and I also have to make sure that I share them once they are posted. So at the bottom here, I am going to actually take my Tombow and make a little swatch like this, because I want to write down the actual titles of the books that I have to review. So for example, this is the main task, and I'm going to break down my tasks in order to accomplish this a little bit more in this section here. So Haunted Hibiscus is one of them, and that is by Laura Child. So just to talk about book reviewing in a little bit more detail, I am a professional book blogger, and I've been doing that for 10 years. So what I do is I get advanced reader copies. So these are books that haven't been released yet. I get them before the general public for review purposes from either the publisher or the author themselves. I read them and I write a review, and they will get published and used for promotional purposes. So I just want to make sure that I have all that written down here. And I'm just going to write my title here for the website that I write for, just to make sure that I have that there. And then up here, I'm going to write the other blog that I write for. So I need to write reviews for them as well. So I'm just going to kind of break it up by the website so it's a little bit more easier for me to keep track of. So that is everything that I want to pre-plan for Thursday. Now let's move on to Friday here. So I want to make sure that I transfer my listings from my Etsy shop into my planner, because I released some new personal ring inserts, B6 rings, and also personal wide recently. So I just want to make sure that I put that in my shop planner. I also want to make blog posts on them. So I'm just going to write that there as well. So if you guys are interested in purchasing any of my inserts or my full page stickers, I do sell these Hobonichi full page stickers in my shop. You guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. So now that I have those shop things written down on Friday, let's move on to Saturday. So there are things that I want to print for my journaling that I usually do on Saturday. So I'm going to make another header there, and just quickly write down some of the things that I know that I want to print. So whether that be test printing my inserts for my shop, any pictures for my journal, anything like that will go under here. And this will be a list that I continually add to throughout the week. So I like to have that there, and I will just continue this list as the days go on and I need to test print things for my shop. The other thing that I want to do is I want to set up my new journal, my morning pages. So I did do a setup video for my 2021 bullet journal, so I will link that if you haven't seen it already. And I'm going to be doing a similar thing for my morning pages because I am almost done that book. So I need to set up a new one for 2021. And then on Sunday, a lot of my Sunday is devoted to cleaning. So I am just going to make a little header there again for all my cleaning. So I'm going to write organize bookshelves, clean the bathroom, my desk area, and also I want to clean the floors. And then I also want to organize the bathroom cabinets because I noticed that they're getting a little bit cluttered. So I want to tackle that on this day. My other tasks that I want to do are mostly catching up on my journal. So update my reading journal. I need to set my goals in my goal planner for February. So I like to always do that in the beginning of the month. And then I also want to make sure that I do my shop finances for January. So these are just kind of like monthly tasks that I like to do to make sure that I'm on top of things. So now that this is dry, I'm just going to write to clean here. And then another category that I like to do is a waiting on. So this can be a waiting on tasks from other people. So whether I delegated something to my assistant, for example, if I'm waiting on a response from someone, or even things like Happy Mail. Anything that I'm waiting on will go under here. So I'm just going to write waiting on here. And that way I can always glance back at this page and see what I am missing. So for example, I'm waiting on an Aria's Daydream package. I ordered a B6 mode term, which hasn't come in yet. And then also a Hobonichi Weeks cover. That's also from mode term. And then I ordered some washi from the Pink Room Co. So right now, this is everything that I'm waiting on in terms of Happy Mail. And if I'm waiting a response from someone in an email, for example, I will continue that list going forward. So that is all the pre-planning that I'm going to be doing for the daily pages. So these are just basically the tasks that I know that are going to be happening on these specific days. So in the beginning, it's obviously quite blank, and then once the day actually comes, I will continue putting down my tasks, and it gets filled up pretty quickly, as you can see. So that is how I've been planning in my daily pages so far. It's been very functional for me, and for someone who hasn't really used daily pages quite often, I'm actually quite surprised that I've been using this so well. So I really like this planner. I think it's very functional, and as you can see, none of my journaling actually goes in these pages. It's only tasks and events, and I really like it that way. So I'm gonna stick with this method, and hopefully it will work for me for the rest of the year. I do have the other sections over here. So for example, I have my Life in Pixels. This is available in my shop, and I've just been filling this all up, so I need to catch up a little bit here. I've been filling up my important dates, and I also have my books read in January as well. And then this is my writing schedule, which I haven't filled out yet. And then these will get checked off once I do them as well. So all of these printables that you see here are available in my shop, Anna Jolene Printables on Etsy. I do have it for the Hobonichi weeks and also the B6 Stalogy and A6 Hobonichi. So if you guys are interested in any of these printables, you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. But that is my plan with me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this daily plan with me for a change. And if you guys would like to see more, please don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to my channel for more videos from me. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!